Hey, this is Trish Lash with Code of the West Realty. So as you can tell, I'm sitting in my Jeep right now. I'm going to do things a little bit different than we normally do, only because I've got a parcel of land that technically there's no street signs. So I'm going to drive you off the highway to the property, get out and show you a little bit of the property. So I may flip this around so I can kind of tell you a little bit more about this property while I'm doing this. Okay, as you can see, don't mind the dirty Jeep, please. But as you can see, I'm right off the highway. And there's a little thing right there. There's that building right there. It gives you a little bit of an idea where I'm at. There's the tankers. So you turn off right here. And I know everybody is going to totally recognize the area that I'm going in. So we'll take a turn here. This is how we actually get to the property. And I know you can recognize that antique store. There's a gate right here. So you will need to open the gate. Oh, and my Jeep's gonna yell at me because I don't have my seatbelt on. Sorry about that. We drive through the parking area right here. Now I'm doing this only because honestly, there's no way that we can seriously put directionals on this for you. So this way you've got an idea of where we gotta go. And poor little Travis, he's bouncing around and not staying in his spot. Shame on him. Okay, so you follow this road right up here, and as you can see, there's not going to be a whole lot of dirt road going in through here, so that makes it really nice. You've got the creek right here. You're right off the highway. There is another way in, but honestly, this is probably the easiest and best way to get onto the property. Now, I am going to take you over to one spot where I'm going to park the Jeep, and then we're going to walk up, and I'm going to show you where they have had it perked. And they kind of had things worked out before as far as location. Sorry about that. I'm bouncing you all over the place. See what happens when you try to drive and video at the same time? I usually get scolded for that. So let's go ahead and get out of the Jeep here. Start going for a little bit of a walk. As you can see, there's the highway right over there. Oh, and it feels like I might be getting a little bit of a sprinkle. So this does take you to the property. I am physically on the property. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to this spot that he had already taken us. And I'm going to show you what we've got going on here. So as you can see, this is the gas line. And this is part of, it's right on his property line. So you have easy access. The spot where we parked, that's where he was planning on making his driveway to get to his house. I just got to track down this little walkway that he took me through. I do believe. Okay, so you got the gas line right there. And there is a small little path right over here. Make sure you're wearing pants, ladies, because I tell you what, there are some sticker bushes out here. They're not very nice. That's just to get over to these spots. We are on the property itself. It is 5.54 acres. And on the acreage here, this doesn't happen very often, and we are getting sprinkled on. Let's see, 1.10 acres is actually commercial on the very, very front. So if you're looking at starting like a business or something and you want to put up a big workshop, there is a spot out there that has a gate. So this spot right here, and I'm trying to give you a little bit of a visual, is where he had it perked at one time. Now we all know that if you had a past perk and it wasn't recorded and everything, that it's not actually considered to be usable again, and they're only good for a certain amount of time. So you definitely want to turn around and get it done again. However, in saying that, you know it was already done, so it makes it a little bit easier. Now you can see the house right over there, and then you got the trees right here. Gives you a little bit of a perspective on where he was having it perked. Now I do want to show you one thing. He had thrown all of his plans away for his house. So we don't currently have those. But I'm just giving you an idea of what the seller was actually looking at whenever he purchased the property. So technically, that tree right there was going to be his views, and it was going to go down to the property. So it gives you a little bit of a visual on the property lines. And if you look, see, right there is the post. So it gives you an idea of how far the property goes back. And then it still goes all the way to the highway. So you've got that gas line right there going back. And then you can't see it right here because of that tree. But there is an electrical line out there, right there off the highway. I'm going to go over here because I might be able to point it out to you. And that's another one of the corners to the property. I know whenever it comes to land itself, it's hard to get visuals. But when you have an opportunity to walk with the seller, you definitely want to turn around and try to share as much information with an agent as you can. Okay. Now, if you look, I can't zoom in, otherwise I lose focus. There is a post right there. Well, not a post, it's the electrical line. That is the corner of the property. There's a fence out there. However, it doesn't have easy access coming onto the property as we speak. So the road that we came in on, that's an easement that's already set up for the property. There is a gate. You will have to open it and you will have to shut it. You will be going past some renters, but to my understanding, the renters are not going to be there very much longer. Don't quote me on that. That was just information that I was given. Now you will see a lot of this fencing that does go around a lot of the property. So it gives you a little bit of an idea of where we're at. And like I said, 1.1 acres of this property is commercial land. And that's on the very front, right by the highway. And there is a frontage road right there. So you're not turning directly off the highway from that area. And then it's 4.78 acres of residential land. Now this is right next to the old antique store, the one that got flooded out with the Big Bug Creek flood. So gives you a little bit of information there. This is going on the market. It will be on the market tomorrow, and we are looking at putting it on the market for $110,000. I'm walking up here a little bit just so you can get a perspective of some of those views, because it really is gorgeous. And if you're looking at trying to run a business, there's another landmarker over there for you. Anybody who comes up into town, you always see those old trucks over there. Can't call it a junkyard because those are some antiques, some classics over there. Your property actually looks right across from it. So if you know anybody that's looking for something like this, have them give us a call. It's Trisha Lash with Code of the West Realty, 928-533-9413. That number again, 928-533-9413. This will be going on the market tomorrow for $110,000. It is technically on 5.54 acres. Give us a call, ask for Mary. Tell Mary you're interested in that part.